want to show you how I'm setting up my February months and a little bit of how I do some of the documentation and get set for the first week of February. So I have the Hobonichi Cousin, and I have set up the first, well, I should say the second month of the year, and I just do little highlights here and there. I just do this as a glance. So if someone's asking me about something on a particular day, if I have my planner open, I can like go to the month and just see really quickly what's going on. I do try to put in some bigger events, and so sometimes what I'll do is I'll put things like this here, and I know I have a beekeeping meeting here. And then I also know that there are some of the big work events. I also want to put some things like this one's for H. I think there's something here. See, like I know there's a few things, so I'm gonna have to take a look at my digital calendar too. I like to put things that are just single day events that I might want to just know about. Due dates are really important. So some of these things, when they're big, I can also use my friction highlighters. I like to use the friction because if I decide to change something, kind of like this particular one, I actually don't know if I put it in with a friction. And the frictions, I like these multi-pen ones. I have the regular Hobonichi one that comes with the planner. And then I have a 0.38, and then I have a 0.5. I'm trying to see which one I like best. The 0.38 is more like the Hobonichi, so I think that's going to work out. This one has 4 colors, which is amazing, and so I might start using that one, but we're going to have these available. And then the highlighters I just love because you can highlight something, and if you decide that you're just not going to do it anymore, you can go ahead and then erase it so it's not like in your face and inaccurate. So I can go ahead and then highlight that, know that I need to do that. Also some things that are work related, so clinical, I think it's yellow. I can go ahead and then highlight that so I know that this is something that is of great importance. I'll be on call those times, so I like to make sure that that's highlighted and available. And again, it lets me know something that I cannot change at all. So like I was looking into a course I wanted to take, I quickly look at this calendar and I can say, hey, these dates are off limits, so I can't do that particular thing. I want to put a few of the projects that are set up. So I'm doing the Sculpted Vegan Butt Camp, and then I'm also going to plan something for Black History Month, and I want to do more in terms of like dedicated learning about Black history. And so then that way I can think about how I'm going to incorporate that into each of the weeks. Now, I also use a couple of other things that I'm getting started with this month. I didn't do it in January because there were big deadlines then that I couldn't focus on this. So now that I have the rest of 2022 to think about, I'm going to be using the Momentum Planner pages, and I'm going to do a yearly goal, a quarterly momentum planner, and then you'll see in a bit there's a monthly one that I'm going to do. So this is the month at a glance, and then there is the beginning of the week. So this is the monthly momentum planner. So I'm going to start putting in a few things. So again, I have my month projects, which is Butt Camp, and then there was Black History Month, so I'm going to put that down. And then, I shouldn't have probably put that. So I put it in the regular pen. I should have used a friction. All right, because that's not a project. That's the month, but it's not a project that I could do related to this theme. And so it's not a big deal. I'll go ahead and then kind of go with dash and then figure out what that project's going to be. And then you can see there's a quarterly project, a monthly project, and then each of these weeks you want to divide up the tasks that are going to be related to these. There's also going to be these scheduled events, so that allows you to know if there's something that's big that's happening, you can start to plan for it. And then there's emergent projects, so you're going to fill this out as they come. So if I find out about a grant that's coming up that I didn't realize was something I could apply for, that might be an emerging project that then overrides some of the other ones. And then I also set up my monthly in a sense, events tracker. So this is kind of like a memories page. So I put down all the days of the month, I put the days of the week, and then I put just a single line that kind of memorializes that. Now, I used to put on the back here, because this is a tipped in page, Cocoa Daisy page from an A5 planner. I would put like different things in each of the areas of my life. So like say it's community, you might want to put finances, those kind of things, and have a few things that you might want to do. I might still do that, but right now I'm going to focus on trying to figure out what are the individual projects that need to take priority. Oh, I was just thinking, so this is actually projects. You know what I could put back here is look at my roles. So there's kind of different things that you can think about. You can think about things that you have to take care of all the time. So say I'm, you know, if you want to say significant other / wife or whatever that relationship that's really important in your life, you can put that here, and you can try to put the things that you're doing on a regular basis to kind of, you know, make sure that you're making sure that that relationship thrives. You might be a parent, you might be a daughter or a son. Those are the kind of roles. You may be maybe something related to your profession. Like those, for profession, I kind of keep that separate. So the other things that you can consider are roles like I have like a volunteer thing that I do, and so I want to put that down and see what I'm doing to make sure that I'm living up to my expectations for that role. So those are some other things that I could put here. And then on the individual daily pages, I kind of put in things like randomly. So sometimes I'll print out a picture and then be able to journal about that. You can do a mind map. The other thing that sometimes I'll do is if I'm putting down some information like, let's see, something that I haven't done yet in the planner might be, I already did books to read. There might be, let's see, you could put birthdays. Whatever I wind up doing, I wind up trying to keep it almost like a bullet journal, and then you can put down, like here I have a cleaning plan, more and less of this in 2022. I haven't filled out all the days for January, but I could go back and say on January 6th, I can find what I should be doing more of. Actually, I don't even know what's on there. So see, I put like a few things when I get something new. Cleaning plan, I guess I haven't started that. January was a crazy month. More of this, let's look at that. So more journaling, more handwriting, more exercise, more quiet and focused thoughts, more getting organized. So I like this actually. I need to revisit this. This actually might be something I could actually tab. So you can see I have these little like paper sticker tabs, but you could tab things if you want to go back to this and say, hey, every day I actually have at the end of my online Rome research journaling, like things that I want to do more of, and so I can go back and see if I'm, you know, doing something consistently and say I should do that. Less of extra clothes, wasting time watching TV. Let's write that correctly. Random calories. Oh, I see. Okay. Things that I'm not using, like keeping things that I'm not using. So those are things that I need less of. And this one, I don't know what I'm going to put here. So, but that's an easy setup for January. That's an easy setup for February. And then the other thing that I do is at the beginning of the week, technically the Sunday before it, I will put together my weekly layout. I found that this helps a lot. It's still not perfect, but I started to highlight things. So I was actually going to highlight a few things with you guys, but I'm also going to do that for a separate video, so I'll do that later. But you can see like I have individual colors that are correlating to a particular, you know, type of thing that I do, or I guess you can call it a particular role that I have. And so then that way what I can see at a glance is, am I doing enough of something that is really important? So if it's all like one color, it may be that this is the week where I'm focusing on, you know, a grant, so it's research. Maybe it's I'm the inpatient doctor, and so I need to focus on just clinical, you know, and those are the types of things that are really important for me to keep track of. And then there's no journaling in a sense, but at the same time, I'm thinking about doing this all only in a friction pen. And so if I don't actually do something, I can erase it, because this is also another way to reflect on what you're doing. And you can kind of look at this, and what I do at the end of the week is I'll look at all these meetings that I've had, and I'll say, hey, there was something that I didn't remember to write down, like, okay, read the R21. Oh, I was supposed to email someone about that, and so I can write that for my to-do list. I do keep a to-dos right here, so I sleep during this period, and so it's the time where I will keep on the weekly page things that are related to to-dos. I do have like a separate sheet of random to-dos. This is hopefully things that I need to do this week as I'm looking at these events. Okay, and so then there's some rhyme and reason to this. And if you can see, if I start to put a few things, like, there's still like some things I don't know where they fit. And so like this is a particular grant meeting that I have, but it's not really research, it's not really clinical, it's kind of this in between. It may need its own color at some point, so maybe I'll figure that out. I do have another set of markers that I could just put a little dot next to it. I think in the end it kind of depends on, you know, do you need a certain number of hours that you need to be accountable for every week? And that might be something that means like, oh yes, I know I put in like 5 hours, 10 hours, or 1 day a week. I don't ever have to think about it. I have it blocked off. I don't need to make it its own color. Like when this is so random, I have no idea what's going on here. I might be jumping from clinical to research to a community meeting, and it's going back and forth, and I need to just prepare that I'm going to have to be jumping in terms of like how I'm thinking about my role within this meeting. And so that's why it becomes really important. I'm also just putting down things that I need to make time for, which is related to one of my big quarterly projects, which is trying to, you know, build a strong body. And so I am blocking off time here to make sure that I do that. All right, so this was the last step of the setup for the week. So this will be the first week of February, and this page feels really good. You can see today I have some blocks of time that I'm going to fill in. I do want to make sure that I don't leave this just empty. Even though it doesn't have an appointment, I need to block off time for reading, doing notes, X, Y, and Z. And I can look down here to see what are some of those things that I need to do, and then I can assign it a time. So I hope this is helpful. If you're new to the Hobonichi planner, I'll continue to do more things in my Hobonichi that I'll document and make videos of. And then I have another big planner that is super pretty that I want to show you guys. And I will be setting that up probably this weekend so that you guys can take a look at it. It's an undated, really pretty mindfulness type of planner that I think you're really going to enjoy. So I hope you have fun planning out your day. Bye.